Chapter 2 and Song 2 Summary. The single concern of mortals is happiness, which is the highest good of all, including all other goods in itself. However, mortals err in pursuing false goods like riches, respect, power, fame, or pleasure. In seeking these goods, they are really seeking happiness. Chapter 2. For a little while she remained gazing down, seemingly withdrawn into the inner room of her mind. Then she began like this. All mortal creatures who anxiously busy themselves with so many varied pursuits, though they take many paths, are still striving to reach one goal, the goal of happiness. Now, when a person has that good, he cannot lack anything beyond it. That is the supreme good of all, containing within itself every individual good. If it still lacked anything, it couldn't be the supreme good, since something desirable would remain outside it. Clearly, then, happiness is perfected by acquiring all good things. And all people pursue this state, as we have said, but by different paths. For the desire of the true good is naturally implanted in people's minds, but error sends them veering after the false. Some, thinking that the highest good means lacking nothing, work hard to gain riches. Others, judging the good to be whatever deserves respect, strive to win the esteem of their fellow citizens by attaining official dignity. Some identify supreme power as the chief good, and so they either long for power or try to ingratiate themselves with those who have it. Those, again, who think fame is supreme, rapidly try to spread the glory of their name abroad, either through the arts of war or of peace. Many measure the attainment of good by joy and gladness of heart. These think the height of happiness is giving themselves over to pleasure. Others, again, confuse the ends and means with each other. For instance, some seek riches for the sake of pleasure and power, while others covet power either for the sake of money or to bring fame to their name. So then, people center their acts and wishes on these goals and on similar ones, for instance, noble birth and popularity, which seem to bestow a kind of glamour, wife and children, which are sought for the sweetness of having them, while as for friendship, the most sacred kind indeed flows out of virtue, not from fortune, while other kinds are prized for the sake of power or enjoyment. And as for physical goods, we must put them in the same categories as above. For strength and stature surely reveal power. Beauty and fleetness of foot bring celebrity. Health brings pleasure. Plainly, then, the only object sought for in all these ways is happiness. For whatever someone seeks in preference to anything else, that is, in his judgment, the supreme good. And we have defined the supreme good to be happiness. Therefore, everyone views that state which he craves above all others as happiness. You have, then, something like a model of human happiness set before your eyes. Wealth, honors, power, glory, pleasure. Now, the Greek philosopher Epicurus, focusing only on these considerations, concluded with some consistency that the highest good was pleasure, because all the other objects seem to bring some delight to the soul. But let us return to human pursuits and aims. A person's mind seeks to recover its proper good in spite of its foggy memory, but, like a drunken man, does not know which road leads home. Do you think those who strive to have everything they need are wrong? No, truly, there is nothing like having an abundance of all good things to complete happiness, needing nothing from outside, but being wholly self-sufficient. Do they who consider that as the best, which best deserves admiration, fall into error? Not at all. Something cannot possibly be vile and contemptible when nearly all mankind exerts itself to possess it. Then does power not belong in the category of good? Why, can something plainly more effective than anything else be considered something feeble and void of strength? Or is fame profitless? No, you cannot ignore that the highest fame is constantly associated with the highest excellence. And what need is there to say that happiness is not haunted by care and gloom, nor exposed to trouble and vexation, since we expect delight when we possess and enjoy even the smallest things? So then, these are the blessings people want to win. They yearn for riches, honors, power, glory, pleasure, because they believe that by these means they will secure sufficiency, respect, power, fame, and joy of heart. Therefore, it is the good that people seek by such diverse paths. This clearly shows nature's power, since although opinions about what is good vary so greatly, they still agree in cherishing good as their goal. Song 2. The Purpose of Nature. How the might of nature sways all the world in ordered ways, how resistless laws control every portion of the whole. Now will I in rhyming verse on my ready strings rehearse. Look, the captured lion, chained, meekly rests, his rage restrained. Yet though he by hand be fed, though a master's whip he dread, if but once the taste of gore wets his cruel lips once more, straight his slumbering fierceness wakes, with one roar his bonds he breaks, and first wreaks his vengeful force on his trainer's mangled corpse. And the songbird, discontent in forlorn imprisonment, though his owner's lavish care no amount of sweets would spare, yet, if in his narrow cage, as he hops from bar to bar, he perceives the woods afar, cool with sheltering foliage, all these dainties he will spurn, to the woods his heart will turn. Only for the woods he longs, pipes the woods in all his songs. To brute force the sapling bends, while the hand its pressure lends. If that pressure once grows slack, straight the supple wood springs back. In the western sea the sun sinks, but then, ere night is done, by a secret path is borne to the glorious gates of morn. So it's clear that all things yearn in due time for their return, and no order firm may stay, save what in the appointed way joins the end to the beginning in a steady cycle spinning.